Yeah, man.
Y'all
So
liable. Y'all, you never know though. Y'all liable to hop in that top 25 though, man.
hey
It's
man,
gonna
we got a couple
be
grad
out there.
trans. We got about 6 freshmen, couple
Mm-hmm.
grad transfers.
Okay.
Uh, so man, we got some pieces. It's just all about putting it together.
Yeah. Hey, Dad, we live on the page. Mm.
Yeah,
What division y'all in? Y'all in Big East?
yeah, we in the Big East.
Let me see. Y'all should be decent though, man.
Yeah, nah, we got some pieces for sure. It's just Big East tough, man.
Yo, what's going on, sports family, man? Back at it again. What another episode of Micah and Friends. And today, you already see it. It's the usual suspects in the building, man. Got my homie Cot checking in all the way from Maryland, man. What's going on with it?
What up, gang, man? Same old, same old. No complaints on this side. Just blessed, man. How
For
you?
sure. Man, been good, bro. I've been good. Just same thing, bro. Been blessed everything, bro. Just ready to get it cracking. But before we get into everything, definitely got to pay the bills, man. This podcast is presented to you all by National Sports Chat. So make sure you go over there and follow us on YouTube, IG, Twitter, Facebook, all that. Just go over there, follow us, like, comment, subscribe on everything. And also make sure you go over there to TOV Sports, man. This whole podcast is being produced and sponsored by TOV Sports. So go over there, like, comment, subscribe, and man, on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, all that. Just holler at them and tell Dave we said what up. But let's go ahead and get into this first one because it's about to be holiday season. Me and Nate talked about it last week with the NBA season resuming. They chose to do a 72-game season, and they're going to pick up on December 22nd. I need to know, what are the Christmas games that you want to see, my good man, Jay Cott, man? Give me the games you want to see, man.
Man, I'm licking my chops just thinking about it, man.
Yeah.
But if I think we need to see it's for sure we need to see that Dallas Clippers matchup. I think that's that series last year. Man, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Of course you can easily run back the finals matchup with the Lakers and the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be some good bump. But the
Mm-hmm.
biggest one, I want to see Brooklyn versus Milwaukee.
Ooh.
I want to see that because I feel like those are two real juggernauts in the East. No disrespect to the Heat, but
Yeah.
if you talk about just straight up, you know what I'm saying, talent, who you want to see, Greek Freak versus KD. I like to see that one.
A lot of
Man,
questions get answered that game too.
yeah,
A lot of
facts.
questions get
You know what I'm
answered.
saying?
Keep going
But
though.
who else? I like to see a Boston Denver matchup.
Ooh.
Boston Denver. I think that'd be some good bumps, some good, you know what I'm saying, youth.
Mm-hmm.
Also, two teams who made some noise last year in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Other than that, man, who you thinking about?
Man, for me, I gotta go. You said Brooklyn, Milwaukee, and I ain't mad at that, but I gotta go Brooklyn Warriors, man. I gotta see KD. He fresh off it. Curry fresh off it. Clay fresh off it. Kyrie fresh. I need to see it. You feel me? So that's one, and I would want that to preferably be the late game because that's a game we'll watch where we literally don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like we seen Lakers Clippers, we seen Lakers Denver, but that's one game, one matchup we haven't seen with the current roster. So that one for sure. Lakers Clippers, of course, just to get the run back in. I know they want to just had a game in LA, and it'll just be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have a team traveling all the way out there to everybody's local. Everybody could go home to their family. So that one for sure. Um, And this next one I kind of battled with because I wanted to see them versus Dallas. I had Houston going against the Nuggets just because Nuggets we seen their run that they made. Granted, Houston now they have a new coach, new environment, new stuff like that. So I want to see how they would be able to pick up and go against some of the top dogs. Then from the East, I like the Bucks versus Boston, just because like Giannis didn't really do it. You know what I'm saying last year. So and the Boston didn't really do it last year either. So I want to see them at least scrap it out to see who the best is out of them. Then lastly, if I had one more, it'd be Heat versus Dallas, just because I feel like they play with the same type of a dog. But of course, I feel like the Heat a little bit more dogs in them. But that's one game I would like to see as well.
Hey, you can't even say that, bro. Luka.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Luka, yeah, he a killer.
I'll tell you one team. I'll tell you one team I don't want to see though. I don't want to see the Utah Jazz nowhere near the court.
Nah.
They play.
They need to be at home with the kids.
Let them play another day or something. Like they need to play on the 7th or something like that. Like ain't nobody trying to watch the Jazz, bro. I feel like they always been trying to just push the Jazz on us. I do not want to see a Jazz versus Nuggets. You feel me? And it may be a good one. They may try to adapt just the young boys and try to run a Memphis versus the Pelicans. You know what I'm saying? Like get that'd be a
big
good
fact.
Yeah, that'd be a good look, man. But other than that, those games I got, man, you had some good ones on that list. For me, I would have
Philly in there. You know, Philly. I go Philly, Houston.
I ain't mad at
Philly, Houston. I really would like to see Houston match up with Golden State if it was anybody based on my list. You know what I'm saying? I like your list too as far as the Houston. Who you have matching up with? Houston and
I wanted them with Dallas, but I'm
that would be tough too.
Yeah.
Hey man, I feel like the great thing about the league in today's right now is just that it's so much competition. Like it's the competitiveness level is risen so high. Like it's so many teams that you know what I'm saying, it's marquee matchups. Whereas in years past, if it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, Golden State or the Heat, back when Brown wasn't like, it wasn't like you kind of knew who was the top dog. Now you don't know for real.
Bro, I'm happy you said that because I always bring up this point to people, and I understand it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's kind of wild, but it's kind of like really like landslide. It's just like, well, damn, like you feel that way, but LeBron caused the league to not get competitive, bro. Like, of course, everybody was doing the, you know what I'm saying, like the Big Four in Boston and stuff like that, but those were all brought together by front offices. You know what I'm saying? Like him picking up the phone, making a call. I'm not saying he's any wrong than what the Warriors are. I'm just saying I feel like they accepted that culture because he's the GOAT of this time. You know what I'm saying? So if he's doing it, then why can't we do it? You know what I'm saying? So teams just started to get real top heavy, and it's like, man, pretty soon if LeBron retired, just think if LeBron would have retired last year, a couple years ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the league would have been, if it was still in the same state with KD and the Warriors, the league would be over with, bro. Because it's like, come on, bro. Like they just about to run them off. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely like how it is now. Like guys are just trying to break up into those duos and just trying to find. It's a different balance of power, as you said, bro. It's a different balance of power for sure.
I mean, I will say to that point that if you dating back to the 80s, you know what I'm saying, it was always a top dog or two top dogs in the league, from Magic and Bird to Jordan. Jordan ran the whole 90s. You know what I'm saying? The only two teams, Houston got two W's when he retired.
Yeah.
And so then the Spurs had their era, then the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how the game works. I do think that today's day and age, we're starting to see more and more talent. Like the talent level across the board is growing. So you got a lot of different pieces who you can plug in there, who can be the best player on the court at any given night. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's the standout, the standouts and the KDs and the Browns. But hey, I know that's not a good example right now based on his playoff performance, but I heard Mark Jackson saying PG could be the best player on the court any given night. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen that before, though. We've seen that before. Not in the. I don't know what he was going on. He said he had some mental issues, so we gonna forget this past playoffs. But
Man, I
in the
put on my
past,
scrub list last week. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
yeah, man. But I mean, I think just the all around talent level, we starting to see a lot of these youngins who coming into the league ready.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't mind seeing Trae Young on Christmas Day. Trae Young versus, you know what I'm saying?
Another young guy, but like you said though, back in like the 80s and the 90s and stuff like that, it was like clearly top dogs and stuff like that, but it was still competitive though. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't to the point to where it was like, all right, Warriors about to win this 4-1 or and LeBron about to watch the whole East. You know what I'm saying? He coming down 0-3, about to win 4 games.
What about Jordan? What about Jordan? We knew Jordan was getting that dub.
Yeah, for sure. But it was like it was still kind of still tough though, like on some bump ends for him. Like outside of the final, I get it, but still, it was still some tough nights for him night to night. But now, like I said, I feel like the competition is now had leveled off and it's getting to the point to where all right, we good right here. Like we could do anything. We got teams, a lot of teams, developmental teams and stuff coming up. Like you got Utah for what it's worth, how they looking. You got the Heat for what it's worth, and now I wouldn't even say developmental because they
Denver.
Yeah, they didn't made it to the championship, so I can't even say that to them. But it's a lot of young teams out there that's on the rise. You feel me? But you got anything else on this?
Nah, man, I'm just happy that came down to a final conclusion. NBA ball back December 22nd. Christmas about to be lit this year, man. Regardless of everything that's going on, man, we're gonna have some entertainment. So happy about that. And to be honest, I mean, I think the schedule gonna be spicy regardless either way it goes. So
for sure.
I think I'm ready for it.
Especially, I'm happy you said that too. Especially with it being 82 games, so I feel like they're gonna put a lot of good matchups on the screen next year with a season upcoming. Just because one, they can't afford to not have to have games playing that's getting low ratings, like Bulls playing.
They're trying to maximize that bread.
Yeah, like you can't have the Bulls playing the Pistons. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like you
say them for Monday night, Tuesday.
Yeah. You feel me? They need all NBA Network game, nigga. Like fast game. But let's get on to this next one though, man. We got Sterling Brown out
another one.
He settled with the police, well, not even the police department, but the city of Milwaukee for $750,000. This was back, maybe 1 or 2 years when he got tased. I don't even know how long it was, but I wanted to get your thoughts on that. Just your thoughts around the whole situation of that, bro.
Man, it was a tough. So you say he got a settlement? They paid him how much?
$750,000.
Man, that's cool and all. I mean, that's definitely a good chunk of change. But I mean, I feel like just African Americans in this country, the situation shouldn't happen in itself. Like come on, man. Like this is another case of police brutality. But that's a society we live in, and we're fighting to better it every day. You know what I'm saying? But in regards to that specific situation, at least this man was paid off and was able to come to a settlement with the police department, and is still living he is still living. Right, he's still living to reap those rewards. You know what I'm saying? Whereas a lot of people, African Americans, those situations, they gone. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even get to see that. But so I mean, I'm glad that he was compensated in some type of way, and hopefully, I mean, I will say for what it's worth, shout out to the Milwaukee Police Department for, you know what I'm saying, coming to terms with the man, even though it should have never happened in the first place. But Yeah, man.
One thing I could say about it, and you really covered it real good, but just like you said, just the money aspect of it and being compensated is getting to the point though. With me, it's like the money just a filler because
Right. For
seven
sure.
750, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that worth getting tased? Like, I'm sure you could go out on the street and find hundreds of millions of people that say, yeah, I get tased for $750,000. You feel me? But that ain't cool though. You know what I'm saying? You taking a man dignity and stuff like that and
Big
pride
facts.
just because you trying to draw down on him at the middle of the night because he had a Walgreens. Like, that's not cool. And if it do go the other way, it's still like, damn, like how much a life worth? Because you got Breonna Taylor's situation to where she got killed and the family got 12 million, and it's like, damn, well, she was worth, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, damn,
Right.
you trying to put a dollar
Right.
sign on the life, like, and
No
that's,
amount of money can bring her back.
yeah, and that's one thing I do not like about the whole situation. It's like, damn, you putting a dollar sign on the life, but it's like, man, what else can they do? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Right.
their only way of, I guess I wouldn't even say making it right, but doing some sorts of that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's weird though. It's a weird situation. I'm happy, like you said, he wasn't seriously hurt, and he's able to get that settlement money. I ain't mad at it,
It's
but
crazy because I had to actually think back as to the specific Sterling Brown case. This happens so often in America where we're seeing another
man,
black man as a victim or black individual, not even just man, women as well.
yeah,
Like we just said, Breonna Taylor. It's just it's happening so often that the stories kind of you can't really differentiate one from the other,
yeah,
and that's sad, man.
like, and
That's
that's crazy.
really sad. So, I mean, at least in this situation, he was able to reap, like I said, reap some benefits from it.
Mhm.
Um, but it's not even worth it. Like I'd rather take my hard-earned dollar than to be a victim of police brutality in order to get paid off for a lump sum of money like that.
Yeah,
So, hey man, I feel like all in all we can do is keep fighting,
mhm.
keep pushing for equality. Shout out the NBA and all the sports leagues across the country who are, you know what I'm saying, bringing awareness to racial injustice
Yeah,
and things like that. So it's a continuous fight, and I feel like this. I mean, if you base it upon all the other situations, this has had a better turnout than a
yeah.
lot of them. So,
So
hey man, we got to take it for what it is.
yeah, it's an uphill battle for sure, man. And like you said, it'll take some time to where it just get to the point to where everything be decent. You know what I'm saying? And straight for everyone. But let's get into this next one, man. Gilbert Arenas and John Wall have gave word that KD is 100%. I need to know what's your expectations. Gilbert came out and said, "Hey, he may take everybody to the cup. That's how crazy he going off this Achilles." So I need to hear what's your expectations for Durant next year, stat wise, stat line wise, and just the success for the season. What do you think he'll be a shell of himself, or do you think he'll be regular KD or better than KD?
Man, well, I'm gonna start off this segment by saying that KD is my personal GOAT. PG County native, best scorer I ever seen. Best as far as straight up talent, physical gifts. Man, he's my number. He's my GOAT. So my opinion is maybe a little, you know what I'm saying. It's
Yeah, I ain't,
persuaded,
I
but
ain't mad at
hey,
it.
I expect. To be honest, man, I didn't expect any different. Being as though I heard that he could have came back for the bubble. He's been out for what, a year and a half now.
Mhm.
Uh, so I mean, I know he's a workaholic. He only got to where he got because of his work ethic.
Mhm.
So I mean, I figured that the rehab process, and if he was strenuous with that, I don't think he should miss a beat. And if you look at his all around skill set, his build, I felt as though even if wasn't as quick or explosive, he would still be super effective,
Yeah,
just because his game. He could make a. Let's think. I compared him to Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki is a guy who never was fast, never was athletic, but he made a living off of that mid post, that 1 foot fadeaway. KD's been doing that since I don't know how long. He's been incorporated that part of his game into his game. He's a knockdown shooter. So I figured, like, even if he, like I said, did lose a step, he would still be unguardable off of that alone. He's 7 foot with a 7'5" wingspan. He can shoot over any defender. And then his skill set, his package is too crazy. So I think he was unguardable either way it goes. But hey, this is great to hear that he's showing signs of explosiveness. I don't when you take a year and a half and just straight dedicated to rehabbing, just getting better, I don't see why he wouldn't be the same, if not better, than he was prior to the injury. So I personally expect him averaging at least 29, 30 that next year. At least. Might touch 30 plus.
Man.
You know, about 5, 6 assists, eight rebounds. Yeah, I think he's gonna come back on some straight kill mode. So but like I said, that's my guy. So I'm rocking with him.
Yeah, you're not far off from my expectations for him, man. Because like you said, that was the biggest thing I was looking at his game. Like he could just kill everybody in the league with just pulling up. You know what I'm saying? So you don't got to drive. You don't got to do. He could just pull up on you for real if he wanted to, and still be able to probably go out there and get 20, 22, 24 a night. You know what I'm saying? Just all pull up action. You know what I'm saying? So it's really no wrong that he could do, man. I definitely want to see him come back and be healthier than ever. I feel like he is, especially if he's going in open gym and stuff like that, just doing just free runs, driving to the cup and stuff like that. I definitely feel like he'll be able to come in this next season and do some damage. And like you said, I had him around the 28, 7 and 6 range myself. You feel me? Like 28 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. And that may be 28, 7 and 8, just because he probably had a ball more in his hands since Kyrie's he's a point guard, but he
can easily be an off guard. Easily. I said Kyrie can easily be an off guard. That's damn near his game already.
For sure, yeah, for sure. And I feel like KD, what he could do, leading the way, pushing the one is deadly. He even did it for the Warriors for a little point in time, especially in big games. So I don't know, man. I think he's in a good situation. I think Brooklyn gonna give a lot of people some hell next year, man. I don't know what the East got planned. I don't know what the Heat gonna do. I don't know what the Bucks gonna. I don't know what Boston gonna. I don't know what none of these guys gonna do. I know for sure. I got them boys going to the finals. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Hey, bro, I can't even lie. I have officially jumped on the Brooklyn bandwagon. Brooklyn is my team next year. I'm rocking with them. That's my mob. So I mean, I'm always rocking with the Wizards, hometown, DC native. But if it's a team that I know that got a chance and contention, I'm rocking with Brooklyn. I'm putting my bread on them. Heard it here first.
I even told my homie, like, and I counted last year as a year. I'm like, within the next 2 to 3 years, KD will probably have another chip. Like real talk. Like easily too, probably. I'm counting, like I said, I'm counting this past season as one of those 3 years. So we'll see what happens, man. But let's go ahead and move to this next
one.
A lot of times, a lot of these guys, and I blame myself sometimes because I like digging up the guys like Jared Dudley and stuff like that. But I need to know, who do you think, like, which player has the worst cult following? I may even start it off. Yeah, I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna go with Caruso, bro. Like, I literally hate Caruso's following, bro. Bro, literally averages 5, 2, and 2, and he goes out there and people just praise him. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, you just game. He just like, bro, no, bro. He's a hustle player. I get it. I respect it. He make the hustle plays. He make plays that guys won't make outside of Marcus Smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, but we gotta chill on, bro. Like, literally, we gotta chill on. And just an honorable mention, I got Jeremy Lin. And I know this is not now, but back then, like all that insanity. And again, I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm like, damn, hard. But it's like, come on, bro. We knew what that was. Like we knew what you still got people that would probably say, man, he's the greatest thing that happened to New York. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so I don't know, bro. Those are definitely my two picks, but Caruso for sure right now. I could have said LeBron, but his fan base is so big that it's like, I can't.
Right.
I want to pick an eyeball out of everybody in the league. But who you got, man?
Man, if I had to think of one, and I'm actually a fan of this player too. I like his game, but it had to be Kelly Oubre. I don't know if you ever noticed his Instagram, but he got a
lot of
yeah.
yes,
I'm just gonna say his fans a little weird. They a little weird, bro. Like their comments, choice of
they're a little weird.
They're a little weird, bro. But I think bro nice. It's just he just get, you know what I'm saying, a lot of recognition for his off the court antics too. He a different type of guy. He got a different type of swag to him.
Yeah.
That's I rock with bro game though. I think he got
he's so, but yeah, I'm happy you said his name real quick because he got some nicknames. I don't know who call him. You know what I'm saying? Like
right. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about?
Like
right.
Poppy. I never heard Kelly
Never.
Yeah. Hell no, keep going though, bro.
Let me think, man. Caruso, I was actually on my list too. So when you asked that question before the podcast, I'm like, yo, Caruso, I definitely came across my mind. But other than that, I'm trying to think.
For a bigger star, I may have to say Russ because I don't get me wrong, I like Russ. You know what I'm saying? But during that last little 2 to 3 years in OKC, it was just like, come on, bro. Like we are on it. Like, bro, is forcing these triple doubles. Like I get it's hard as hell to get on a nightly basis, let alone average it. But come on, bro. You got niggas out here, Steven Adams turning his back on the board just so he could grab it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. We can't. We just can't. You feel me?
Hey, it's crazy, bro. I was just having this same argument with my boy the other day. He had the nerve to compare Russ and MVP D Rose. I'm like, come on, bro. You should know who you're taking in that.
Yeah.
Bro, he really tried to take Russ.
It's easy, too. It's easy, too.
It's easy. Very easy problem. 2 plus 2.
D-Rose took them niggas at a time to where, like we said, where it was top heavy in the league. You know what I'm saying? He took niggas places for real, bro. Like
With Joakim Noah.
Now, yeah. Now you say that though because I don't get it. It's Russ fans, but they call and I know what your thoughts is since you already said he was your GOAT, but people be like, man, Russ is way harder than KD.
Huh? In what way?
Yeah, but I just be looking at people sometimes like
tripping.
Like it ain't even worth getting to this conversation with you, bro. Like, come on,
man. You gotta give him that look like you all right, bro?
Man, it got to a point I can't even stop worrying about him. Like, man, tripping. You feel me? But nah, man, let's go ahead and get on to this next one, man. And this one I took some time with, and I actually went back to watch a few rookies like Hachimura and a lot of guys like that. And I wanted to see what rookie did you think could take the biggest steps next season, man? Who do you think will be able to go into this next season and not have a sophomore slump?
Man, that's tough, man. I think this it's a couple guys in this previous class who have a good chance. But I think I have my most confidence in Ja Morant. I can't even lie. I think the kid is super talented. I think he I actually just did a project. It's on this sports science product called Catapult, and he's been working heavily using the technology, and that alone just shows that he's dedicated to getting better. So basically, the technology tracks your work ethic, how much you work, everything, speed, endurance, like literally everything. And it gauges you and it tells you what you need to improve on. Like the technology is pretty crazy. I'm like, man, this dude is doing that. I mean, even posting a lot of workout videos. Things like seemed like he hungry. He came from an underdog story anyway.
Yeah.
Going to Murray State, they had too many offers. So I don't think I think that work ethic is instilled in the youngest. So
Yeah.
I think that he gonna come out next year and really do something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, but if it's not him, I like how you mentioned Rui Hachimura. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rui could do some damage too. Of
Yeah.
course, it's Zion. Zion,
He got a lot of good openings to his game that if he work on.
yeah. Hey, hey, this is my comparison. Know how I made that Tyler Hero comparison, right?
Yeah.
This is my comparison for Rui.
Mm-hmm.
He resembles some of his game resembles Kawhi Leonard to me. I'm gonna tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Slope, not too fast. Athletic though, but move at a different pace. He
Mm-hmm.
can score all three levels. It's just he got to improve on it.
Yeah.
But the one thing about the kid, and I even talked to Tommy Shepard personally about it. He was saying the kid he's a gym rat.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just wants to get better.
Yeah.
I've seen him jump. I actually played against him while I was at Howard when he was out with Gonzaga, and I thought he was crazy back then too. His freshman year, and to see him jump from to coming off the bench his freshman year to
Mm-hmm.
a lottery pick his sophomore year, I think his like if he keeps making those same jumps, I could see him one day reaching that threshold, that All Star threshold. And Kawhi Leonard, you gotta remember, Kawhi Leonard wasn't that guy either
Yeah.
at first. You know what
One
I'm saying?
thing
It's just
I really like about him too is that he had that frame already, 6'8",
like
230. You know what I'm saying? Can play
Mhm.
like a five if you need him to, but he can still get out there and do everything you want to stretch for to do. So I don't see too many things wrong with his game. I see a lot of
He
things
can
like
put it on
you
the
said
floor
he
too, bro.
can.
He can put
Huh?
it on the floor a little bit too.
Yeah,
So I think he got a high ceiling. It's just all about how fast will he develop.
yeah.
But I think I was really happy with the pick when we got him.
Hmm. I think Wall and Bill definitely utilize him more this season. Even
For
we
sure.
were 14-6 last year, so this year will probably be a big Earth season from him, man. But
Hmm.
for me, and I know it's your guy, but man, I got Tyler Hero up there. I think he can improve his game a lot just off rip. He has what you can't teach already that a lot of guys don't have. So he has
Hmm.
that dog, that heart, that mama mentality. And I just think he could kind of get a little bit better on the defensive side. Like he definitely can hold his own, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like he could get better, and I feel like his offensive game is just going to naturally grow within itself, just at the level that he's already at. Second, I have Moran on there as well, just because the one gray area in his game was really shooting, but he showed that he's not afraid to do it, and he's willing to put those shots up, even when he had got into it with Harden. Like, man, y'all better tell this, you know what I'm saying? This guy to check me.
Right.
You feel
Right.
me? I'm
Stop.
that for real. So
Straight up.
yeah, I know he's putting up his fair amount of shots, especially from the 3-point land this offseason. I feel like he'll definitely be ready to come in and make some noise with that. And lastly, man, Michael Porter Jr., I had him as kind of like an
Mhm.
oddball out because defense really has to step up. Like, I get it. He got the tray ball. He good on offense. I mean, he could keep growing on offense, and I feel like that'll happen naturally. But somebody really got to push defense on him. Like, he needs to be working out with some, I don't know, Tony Allen or something like that. Like, he need to be locked in with GP something, bro. Like, he got to get locked in with some people out there that really teach him how to defend better, especially at that height. Because you can't be, what is he, 6'8"?
He about 6'9", 6'10".
You can't be that size and not be able to defend, bro. And that's one thing
Yeah.
that KD has. Like, KD can defend. You know what I'm saying? Like, all those guys, like a lot of the good lanky guys, even Giannis. To, you know what I'm saying? Guys, you got to be that size and be able to defend because other than that, bro, you're a defensive liability. Like you could be a defensive liability if you're a guard out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but being somebody that has some length on you, you can't, bro, because it's
bro.
gotta be easy for too many people to shake you.
And I feel like with a guy like him, it's like he already has the frame for half a defense. Well, I say 75% of defense is just hustle and will. You know what I'm saying? Will. So I mean, and I would say the other 25 to 50% is mental, is understanding where you're supposed to be, having that IQ. So I feel like, I mean, he is young and he probably don't have all the physicality there yet. You know what I'm saying? Being 6'8", being 6'9", 6'10", you're gonna have to check threes and fours in the league, and a lot of those grown men down there. So if you don't got that strength on you, you're gonna get bullied, and it's gonna be apparent. So I feel like with time, like I said, he has the physical build with the length and the size. It's just about, you know what I'm saying, getting bigger, getting stronger, and, you know what I'm saying, understanding the game more, which I think which can happen for the kid. He got a lot of potential.
Yeah, no doubt. And he in a good situation out there with Mike Malone, one of the best coaches in the league, especially a young coach. So I'm sure Mike Malone to keep making sure he's in the gym and putting him in the best situations to win. But that's one player I definitely need to see that part of his game grow and get to that next level, because as long as, even if he's just able to hold his own weight, you know what I'm saying? Like, just do that, bro, because they don't need him to be a lockdown defender or anything like that. But you just can't be. We know how guys get on the court. He bucket mismatch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like you can't be that guy and you 6'10", you know what I'm saying? And you sniper, like you can't be that guy. You know what I'm saying? That's why even the Heat ran into problems trying to hide Duncan Robinson and stuff on defensive sets against the Lakers, because it's like, all right, to the point, it's good when you contributing, because it kind of offsets it. You feel me? But if you're not contributing and you having an off night, it just look bad.
Reliability.
Yeah, it look bad, bro. Yeah. But I definitely think he can get better, and I think he will get better. But it'll just be interesting to see. But for me, my number one guy who's going to make the biggest steps is Tyler Hero. I'll be looking forward to see what Zion could do. My biggest thing with Zion is the weight. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I didn't have him on there is because it's like, all right, we've been talking weight for 2 for 2 years now. You feel me? So I just don't. I hope it doesn't become a situation with Ben Simmons like it is with the threes. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want him to get that taken care of. But to get into this last one, and I'm happy we brought up MPJ. Do you think
another one?
Do you think Denver has reached their ceiling, bro? You think they tapped out to the highest potential that they could go?
Not at all, to be honest, bro. I think that they have a young core, young nucleus out there. Jokic is 25, Murray 20, 23, 24. Like we just mentioned, Michael Porter Jr., he's a youngin'. Who else? Bo. They got a lot of dudes. I mean, you could take Millsap up out of there. He definitely reached his peak. If anything, he on the decline.
Yeah.
But as far as their core, and they, like I just mentioned, Bo as well. You never know what he can turn into. Gary Harris is young. They got a lot of young dudes. I know you ain't too big on Gary Harris, but I think they definitely have some room to grow. And if you just look at their two biggest stars and Murray and Jokic, those two alone, I don't think they've reached their ceiling. And because they haven't, that means the team has room to grow. Those two have proven that they can hoop with anybody in the league. I'm really interested. I feel like Jokic is more solidified within the league right now. He's already looked at as the number one, number two center, top tier center in the league. Whereas Murray, you've never really heard him mentioned in that top 5 guard conversation. So if he can continue to make
I'll be putting him in there.
That's just of late, you know what I'm saying? And it's still a debate. But if he can have a whole season where he averaging 24, 25 plus and hooping like that consistently, I feel like that could do numbers for that team. But I mean, hey, they already reached the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
So there's some juggernauts out there in the West. That's the toughest part. Like, are they ever going to be good enough to get past a Lakers, a Clippers team? Well, they already got past the Clippers, but can they do it again?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of Golden State is back in the conversation. So I mean, if you look at their success this year and making it to the Western Conference Finals is their ceiling, then I don't know, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
But I think they do have room to improve. It's just all about can they get. I feel like if they losing or retaining Jeremy Grant can be big for him.
Yeah.
He brought a different dynamic in defense, but then they can make it up and develop in a bowl. So I wouldn't say they've reached their ceiling. They have a lot of young. Their best players are young, but it's tough out there in the West. So it'll be interesting to see. Mike Malone, like you say, I think he's one of the best coaches in the league. So you never know though. It's any given year can be somebody's year. So, but all in all, I wouldn't say they've reached their ceiling yet.
For me, like I don't think they have reached their ceiling yet for all the reasons that you just explained. But it's gonna be hard, bro, to get back to that Western Conference final spot. Because, like you said, we got the Lakers, Clippers, Warriors, Houston for what it's worth, and I have Dallas. Got Dallas too because they
I didn't think about Dallas. Dallas is huge.
They real. They
real.
Yeah, they trying to make some more changes out there. But
I'm not even gonna lie. Dallas get another piece between him and Luka. Man, they could be a serious.
Yeah. Porzingis just got to stay healthy. That's it. If he able to stay healthy, they good. Which he did kind of all right this season, but at the end it kind of fell off. But I just feel like Denver, they're in a good position, but I don't know if they'll get back to that level that they will pass that Western Conference Finals. And that doesn't mean that they're not getting better. It's just there's other teams out there that's better than them. You know what I'm saying? So and I definitely have Denver like over the Utahs and stuff like that. Like I got that Memphis. You know what I'm saying? I got them over them. But it'll just be tough, man. Like they're one of those teams that you just don't want to come out and think like, all right, yeah, we come out, beat them. They'll fight. You know what I'm saying? 7 games. You got to really put them away. Like, you can't play around with them. So, and like you said, they got a lot of young talent out there. Bringing Jeremy Graham back is definitely one thing that I have at the top of my list, just because he has the offensive game, and he's defensively, he's a special defensive piece as well. So that'll be a piece I'll look at retaining. And man, like you mentioned Gary Harris. I don't know. I guess he was just off too much for me later on. You know what I'm saying? Later on when it mattered. So I would look at shopping him around, probably trying to get another good shooter out there, because when they needed him to shoot, he wasn't shooting. And I know Will Barton typically starts in that position, and Gary comes off the bench, so he may have been uncomfortable with running that starting with those starter minutes. But I just think they could do better than him, especially what he contributed to in the playoffs. So that'll be one piece that I look at going to parts with. And another one, I mentioned Barton, but keeping him healthy so he'll be able to last for a whole playoff run. And lastly, man, finding a replacement for Paul Millsap. Last year, this season was just this past season was his last year on that contract where he was making $30.5 million for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta find a to. You said what?
Finesse.
Oh yeah, big finesse. Big finesse. Shout out to him. We seen him. What was it? Like a summer ago, with pre-COVID. You feel me? Hooping in the out here in Atlanta. Cool dude, but no. You feel me? It wasn't.
The good thing about your Denver, I feel like they have the replacement for him already on their roster. You know what I'm saying? You get rid of him, Jeremy Grant can be a legitimate power forward in the league. Who else? Michael Porter Jr. He's 6'9", 6'10". He put a little weight on. And then I'm not giving up on Bo, man. I feel like they really need to develop him. You run a too big lineup with him him and Jokic, that could be a problem. You know what I'm saying? A
I
7-3 stretch 4.
I guess what I was saying is like bringing another vet in. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
he's a great vet, but I feel like they would need another vet to come in that has some experience and winning at the highest level. Um, and I would say Iggy, but he looks very comfortable in Miami, so I wouldn't even. You feel me? Iggy probably won't even get him a look. Well, he did play for. I don't know if he want to go back. He played for him. You feel me? He played for Denver for a little
Yeah.
second. So
And I feel like Iggy, with him being at the tail end of his career, he probably want to just end his career amongst the palm trees. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Down Miami, hot weather.
just
He
cool it
good
out.
down there, like we said. He ain't going back to cold ass Denver,
Yeah.
where like all them youngins, like he like, man, we good. We almost got a chip here. Probably happy down like the culture down there in Miami. So I don't know. I don't really see him doing that.
Yeah, I just think they need to find some type of another vet that could be able to just communicate with those guys, you know, in a different way and be able to produce on the court. Millsap, like he just wasn't all bad, but it wasn't $30.5 million worth of play. You know what I'm saying? And I we could definitely do way better than that. And it's good for them that they freeing up that cap space as well. But other than that, man, I don't have anything else on Denver, man. Real quick before we get out of here, we got the Clippers looking real hard into Russell Westbrook. So I need to get your. Do you think Russell is leaving Houston to go out to LA, hometown, and play with Kawhi Leonard and company?
Say it ain't so, LA. Say it ain't so, man.
It's perfect though.
One of their biggest issues, and this is the reason why I have a problem with it. One of their biggest issues last year was they did not have a point guard, a pure point guard who could facilitate, run an offense, get them into things, get their best players, best scorers in positions where they need to score. And Russell, I feel like I saw that they were on the look for Rondo. They wanted Rondo heavy. I feel like that would be a great addition to their roster. You know what I'm saying? He's that perfect. I feel like he'd be a perfect piece for them. He a dog, don't want to do nothing but defend and facilitate. That's exactly what they need. But Russ, come on, he's never been a pure point guard his entire career. I mean, he did average a couple 10 assist seasons, but those were, if you really look at the film, like those were primarily all driving jump downs. You know what I'm saying? It was never a really a facilitating, getting people involved. That's why KD had an issue with him originally and left and made the drastic move to go to Golden State because Russell Westbrook drove him crazy. He couldn't even, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't even defer to the best scorer in the world. And so I don't see why LA. And then another reason why I wouldn't do it is LA. He's already played with Paul George. I don't know what their relationship is like, but they didn't do anything when they were together.
Yeah.
That duo didn't prove to turn out to anything. So I don't see why.
I would think Paul George a walk to get.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
If Paul George walks, they definitely don't got a shot.
Yeah. But it's like it cut down on, I would say, scoring. You know what I'm saying? Like their shooting ability, because Russ is like 25% from three. So it's like somebody can't. But no, it's like, man, I don't. It's weird, bro. I definitely don't think it'll look right. The optics are cool. Like I get a rest back home, LA. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely think it's too
cool for Russ. Was it cool for the Clippers?
Facts, and I don't think it's cool for them because they're trying to get a championship. I feel like
come on, bro. Like, I mean, Russell Westbrook. To be honest, man, in my opinion, his stock has fallen for me personally.
Okay.
I feel like he's definitely he's still a great talent, but he's not the Russ of old. I feel like he's getting older. I mean, he's still very explosive. I can't take that away from him, but I don't think that, put it like this, LA is not the ideal situation for him. I don't see him and Kawhi Leonard doing anything together. I don't think they gel, like you say. And especially if PG walks, like then
He said
that's no
around.
chance.
He said
That's
around.
no chance.
Why it's over with too. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
I'm not going for that, bro.
it's
I'm
over
not
with.
going for that, bro.
Yeah,
So I don't know, man. I would, but a lot of these things, you know what I'm saying, it's just the media trying to get clickbait. So I hope it's one of those situations, and
please.
uh and Steve Ballmer ain't out there tripping.
Yeah,
But I don't see that resulting in anything but Clippers going home in the second round again.
yeah. This don't even look like it could be anything productive. Um, for the
I
Clippers at all. But one thing, and we just talked about Denver, and that's clear came to my mind when we just were speaking. And I have them if they pick up JJ Redick, you know what I'm saying, and get rid of Gary Harris.
that's a nice pickup for them. That
Yeah,
would be a real
he's
good
a
pickup.
valid vet, and he can contribute. You know what I'm saying? And he's only not gonna say only making 13 million because it's a lot, but still he worth that money. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
especially if he could
sure.
do that locker room with those young guys. And Reddick he got a sense of toughness about him that I like. So
Sure.
um, I would definitely, if I was Denver, look into seeing if they could put together a trade package for him or anything like that. But you got anything else, bro?
I also saw LA was the Lakers were looking heavily into Serge Ibaka.
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel
That
like that could be a good
they
pickup.
moving away from Dwight and like McGee and those guys. I feel like he's a better playmaking big than Dwight and McGee combined. You feel me? So I could tell that they definitely want to look for another big that could contribute. You know what I'm saying? Just as well as AD contributes. With I mean, he won't be able to contribute on the same level, but he's an offensive threat just as well as AD is.
Right. I feel like he fits their style too. His 3-point shot is proven tremendously
Hmm.
throughout his career. I would even consider him like you got to get a hand up on that at this point. The way he was shooting with
Yeah,
Toronto, and then also he fits the mold of agile, athletic big who can run the floor. I feel like that's what made LA so dangerous last year is that 1 through 5 was getting out on that break, and any one of them could dunk on you.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even
Like between even Caruso. You know
Caruso.
what I'm saying? Like JaVale and Dwight, they ran that floor last year for sure.
Yeah.
Um, Too agile, and he fits that same mold.
Mhm.
But he brings another level of. I feel like he can check more positions than those two. I feel like the league is kind of trending where big men don't have to be 7 foot. You just have to be physical and be able to like they want guys who can switch
Yeah.
and check more positions. And JaVale and Dwight, they're not awful at it. They're better than a lot of bigs in the league at it, but they're not as good at it as Ibaka.
They get on.
I feel like you still a pretty big front court with Ibaka and AD down there.
Mm.
So
And solid.
I
Ibaka gonna bring it. He guard like a five a guard, so he really
straight
don't.
up,
Yeah.
straight
So
up, yeah. So I feel like that could be a good pickup for him. Definitely keeping those pieces, some legitimate weapons around LeBron. That could be a good pickup for him though.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Let me because I just wanted to make sure before we get out of here, check these. Make sure it ain't no news that came out. Anthony Edwards, he said that he wants to be drafted by the Timberwolves. I'm not mad at that. I feel like that'd be that's for me. That's his. That'd be my ideal spot for him. Just because they
Hmm.
already talked about before, they already had a big man. They got D'Angelo, adding a guard that's already day one game ready is, you know what I'm saying? It can't get any better than that. And lastly, oh, the Orlando Magic, they're looking into trading Aaron Gordon. So
Mm.
I think I don't know. That may be a good look. I think that they have tied themselves down to Aaron Gordon for a long time early on. So I definitely think it even for Aaron Gordon, I feel like they owe it to him to let him go and be able to find another place to see if he could stretch his wings and be able to contribute to another organization, a winning organization. So I don't know.
Like you said, I think that could be good for both sides. Definitely.
Yeah, because you get some pieces back from him. He's just not all the way a scrub. You know what I'm saying? You definitely get some pieces from him.
Sure. Dumb athletic, got a solid game, solid skill set. He could be definitely a key contributor to a contending team.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't have anything else, man. I appreciate you tuning in with me this week for sure, man. You already know how we do it every week. Make sure you all go over there, follow National Sports Chat on YouTube, IG, Facebook, Twitter, all that. Make sure you go over there, like, comment, subscribe, follow us, shoot us a message. Just get interactive with us. We're going to interact with y'all. Make sure y'all go over there to TOVSPORTS, like, comment, subscribe, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, everywhere. Go over there. Make sure you tune in to them. They got the gridiron dropping soon over there. Another show, another segment that'll be coming over there to TOV Sports. And make sure you shout out to Esther Craft 4171 in the chat saying he likes the podcast. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Good looking. Got the matchmakers all every week coming to you all on National Sports Chat. So make sure y'all tune in with that. Other than that, man, follow us, Powell M_ J period Cotton _ and we checking in and we checking out of here, man. National Sports Chat, Micah and friends, yes sir.
Here is something you can't understand. How I just keep killing, man. I'm from the South Rim, spinning like ceiling fans, gambling with life, no complaining about the dealer hand. Back when niggas used to ride around the dipset, now these cops will shoot you on your live. That's a killer cam.
Yo, man, I appreciate you, Brody.
Alrighty, fam. Appreciate you having me on, man.
Man, no doubt. You know we always gonna do that. What you about to get into?
Man, this homework. Man, can't wait for next spring, bro. I'm trying to get this to the back, man. Shit getting hectic.
Man, I feel you, shit, nigga. Knock it out, man. Take care of that, though.
All right, fellas. Y'all be easy, man.
Yes, sir, bro.
For sure.
All right, man. Y'all be safe.
Hey, y'all.